Hello, Chris again at Garage Times. Thanks for coming back. If you've never seen the channel, thanks for checking it out. I was just trying to bring this Viper 90 back to life over the past couple days. It was just like a no crank, no start, so I had to get a new battery for it. And then and for batteries for these, I highly recommend getting the ones that are sealed and not the ones where you're having to like fill them at your house and then charge them. I've done both, and those ones that you fill have worked, but I've had some issues with them where they don't work. So I just never really had a problem with a pre-sealed battery, you know, completely pre-sealed, ready to go. You don't have to charge it before you use it, kind of thing. So on that side note, so this was just bringing it back to life on that and the battery. And then the carburetor, because it sat so long, you know, my sons used it, and then my grandkids want to use it, so it didn't run. So like many years later, it's been sitting, you know, under the lean-to. So I get it out and I'm like, man, this is gonna need a new carburetor and all this other stuff. Well, believe it or not, this thing hasn't been rode in years, and the carburetor came through for me. But I did have to, the first thing I always recommend, drain your gas. If you got gas in there and it is old, just don't even try to fight it. Drain it all out. That's what I did. Disconnected all those lines, got it all out, and then this is what I did. I put the lines back on, put fresh fuel in it, and got that battery squared away so it would crank over. And I noticed right away, obviously it's not starting. You choke it, give it gas, you know, everything you can do, it won't go. And then I started looking here, these lines were not filling up with fuel. So what I did is to kind of speed things along, and again, I'm not necessarily recommending people do this, but this is what I did. So there's like this vent tube on top. Let's pull that vent tube off. And I did apply a little bit of pressurized air there. And I did actually have gas come out the top too. So like I said, I don't recommend this for people. This is just my story and what I'm doing. And what it did is it did pressurize it a little bit, and it did push fuel into those lines. And then the last part that I had to do, because it still wouldn't start, fuel, like, I don't know if the venturi and the carburetor wasn't pulling enough of the fuel in to get it to start, but I disconnected that, put a little bit of starting fluid in there. Actually, I used throttle body cleaner, and so kicked over, fired up. I'm like, excellent. And while I couldn't get fuel there right away, I just disconnected this line. I just disconnected this line for the last thing I did, and applied just a little bit of pressurized air here, and whatever was in the carburetor is gone now. So once I hooked that line back up, it started right up. So I think, I don't know if there was a clog in there or what. And again, you know, you could ruin your carburetor doing that maybe, but that's what I did, because it sat so long, and I was like, you know what, maybe I need a new carburetor for it. And am I gonna take time and pull that off and clean that out? And no, I'm probably just gonna buy a new one for 30 bucks online. So I had nothing to lose. I just applied a little bit of pressurized air into the top of the tank, and it did squirt back at me. And then a little bit there to make sure that I'm getting through to the carburetor. And again, maybe it would ruin a carburetor, I don't know, but it works. So I gotta connect that back up there for, I think that's the air filter. So all right, hey, that's Garage Times for you. Just doing it the backyard mechanic way, I guess. You guys have a good one, and have fun riding.